Hi, I'm Barbara Boyce. Welcome as our guest to Delaware Rifle and Pistol Club, also known as DRPC. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable experience at our range. You are being hosted by a DRPC club member. It's the member's responsibility to supervise your visit and keep your visit safe and enjoyable. This video is intended to give you some basic knowledge of our rules and safety requirements while you're shooting on the range. You will start your visit by signing in on our sign-in iPad. You will sign in as a guest, listing the information as prompted. Your host member will pay a $5 visitor fee on your behalf. Your host should have already confirmed that you are not a person prohibited from possessing a firearm by Delaware or federal laws. Minors under 18 are allowed to shoot on our range under the direct supervision of the host member. Any gun, pistol, or rifle that you bring to DRPC must be in a case. The gun must stay in the case until you are working with the host member at the gun handling table or you are on the range and the range is in a hot condition. Your host member is responsible to supervise all handling of guns once they are uncased. Any gun that is not actively being shot, meaning it's out of your hands and benched, must be in a safe condition. Your host will explain what that means. At the conclusion of this video, your host will provide you with a safe gun handling instruction at the gun handling table in the ready room. This instruction is required as part of your host guest privileges. If you conceal carry, your gun must remain holstered and can only be unholstered on the range when the range is hot. At that point, under the direct supervision of the host member, you can remove your concealed carry gun and make the gun safe. Your host member will explain the process on the range. No guest is permitted to do any drawing from a holster at DRPC. Only members with a holster certification can draw from a holster. Let's review some safety considerations. On the range, you must have hearing protection and eye protection. There are no exceptions. Your clothing must be appropriate for the range. Hot flying objects are a normal occurrence. No open shirts or blouses, open-toed shoes, sandals, any exposed skin that can be burned by a hot casing or a piece of flying debris. A ball cap with a brim is recommended to keep brass from falling between your face and your safety glasses. It is essential that you listen and follow all of the instructions of your host member. The host member was required to go through extensive instruction to get the privilege to bring you as a guest. They are responsible for any damage or safety violations that occur, so please respect their responsibilities and follow their direction. You may make a mistake, but it is your host member that is responsible to the board of directors for any unsafe or inappropriate action. If you and the host member are shooting together at the same time, you both must shoot in adjacent lanes. If your host member brought two guests and two guests are shooting together, the host member must refrain from shooting and supervise both guest shooters. Both of them must be shooting in adjacent lanes. No member with guest privileges is allowed to bring anyone to DRPC for training, CCW, or other qualification without permission from the board of directors. Your host member is not allowed to take any payment for your visit. Regardless of your experience, the host member is required to start you shooting at the 21-foot line. There are multiple reasons your host understands. The only exception is if you're shooting rifles. Starting at the 21-foot line will give the host member the opportunity to ensure that you can handle the gun safely and you can put all of your rounds within the black curtain area. Once the host member is confident that your gun handling is safe, they can allow you to shoot from different distances within the constraints of the range. In a few moments, your host member will give you instruction at the gun handling table in the ready room. They will instruct you on basic safe gun handling, including the following: how to pick up the gun and handle the gun while keeping your finger off the trigger and the muzzle level and downrange. How to load and unload your magazines or cylinders using dummy rounds. How to make your gun safe, including clearing the gun, slide locking it, inserting a chamber flag, or benching it. You will be shown how to use the safeties on your gun, how to use the sights, how to fire the gun, and what to do if you have a malfunction. You're fortunate. Your host member has brought you to the safest gun club in the multi-state area. We hope you have a fun and safe time today. You may want to consider joining. Your host member can explain how to do that. Thank you for listening. Go have fun.